All right, so this is a Peugeot 5008, 2018. The engine that I have here is it's a 1.6 turbo, high pressure turbo they call it. And the problem is that she doesn't overheat, but she thinks she's overheating. And then, so meaning you drive and all of a sudden she gives you a message saying, I'm very hot, pull over, and then she said, stop immediately, engine failure. But the engine continues running. She goes on limp mode, and she caps you at 80 kilometers an hour, and then she fixes herself on her own and goes back to normal. So yesterday I got here and I peeled all of this out. So, and I unplugged a number of things to make space. You gotta get under there. So that's the temperature sensor. So you see where it was. Right, that's the temperature sensor. The battery is here. You gotta get the battery out. You gotta get those tubes out, that and the one in the bottom. And you will have precarious, but you will be able to access this. And this clip here, I unclipped yesterday too. I have to clip it back. So you have access to the temperature sensor. This is the culprit. So on my case, when I got here, first thing I did was test if the connector was plugged correctly, and the connector just popped out right on my hand. It's not supposed to. So yesterday I came here and I pushed it out and it came out. So that is, I'm hoping that's my problem. So I'm gonna assemble the car back together, meaning put the battery, put the tube that goes up here, and we'll see if it fixes it, because I think that's what my problem was. But I was prepared to change that sensor. And to change that sensor, all you have to do is slide out that pin. There's other videos showing this. Once you slide out that pin, the sensor comes right off your hand. You hold it and you pull it and it comes out, and coolant starts coming out. So when you do that, you have to have the other sensor ready to pop right back in. It's kind of a dirty job, but it's doable. That's how everybody does it when they do it at home. And when you don't want to drop the whole thing and then burp it and all that. So that's what I'm gonna do next. I already put the pin back together, the connector. You see that now it doesn't want to come out anymore. So that's probably what my problem was, I'm hoping. All right, so the battery tray, this is the order this stuff goes in there. That goes first, then the battery tray, and it gets in only one way. All right, this is what I had to do. I had to find something, in my case, a piece of Velcro, to tie this out so you have space to put that there. If you're doing it alone, you're gonna have to be creative. Find a way to hold this piece out of the way. There it is. Like I told you, very, very hard to do alone. If you have somebody, they hold it, you put that in there, you're good. Or if you don't have like shoulder problems like me and you're strong, you can just hold that battery with one hand. It's tough, but it's doable. But well, for me, this is what I had to do. So now I'm gonna put everything back together. I was telling you earlier how this goes in. So you see that first you had that piece of metal, you put in there, then you put the tray. See the tray right here? This is the tray. Then you put the battery in the tray. But the tray is just plastic. The tray won't hold it. Who's holding this in there is this. Then you put that there like such, and you put the bolt. And you put the nut on this side, on the one side, on the right, and the bolt on the left, and the battery is good. Then we move on to next. There it is. That was pretty hard to put in there. This one was easy. And tie them up and move on. There you go. I just tied them both up. You're gonna need something like this along the way. Doesn't need to be a power one, but you will need an extension. All right, the next one to bolt is this one, and it is this piece right here. Very misleading because it has 2 holes, but only one of them get a screw. You see, get a bolt. You can see by the mark on the hole. See, the other one is dirty. That one has a round mark. Same thing here. The row in the back, the hole in the back is not used. It's just the hole in the front. So here we go. All right, let's tighten in place those 2. The next thing is the ECU. That end goes first, all the way in the hole back there, and the hole that you see in the middle, on the top, on the bottom of the screen, is for this peg right here, and this bolts into that hole in the front. So very, very straightforward. I'm gonna put it in now. All right, so it's in. Tied it up, but here's the thing, look, doesn't really feel right, and what we're missing there is this. It has this fin that slides there, and the other side of this goes in here with this very weirdly shaped nut, and this is, if I'm not mistaken, a T30. All right, so I have it there now. Like I said, there was just finishing torquing now. There was a T30 like such. Let me see if there's any trickery. Yes, there's one piece of trickery here. It's this. So this slides down there. You will see where it slides. And it slides because there's this little wire here. You don't want it loose like that. So, and that it is clipped in place. See how low it goes? It goes under that indentation right there. All right, so I'm gonna continue mounting it. I'm gonna put this connector in, which goes down there, and then this connector has a little tab here on the metal where it gets attached to it. Yeah, here is the tab. That's the tab. So this part here goes on that tab. So the connector and the cable for the harness of the engine, it's all nice and tight. Go ahead and put that in. I put the other one on top in, and I'll keep on showing you as I go. There it is, clipped in place, this guy and the connector. All right, there it is, plugged down there, plugged in here. This one, I wanted to show you how it goes in. Yeah, it has to be all the way up. You push it in there as far as it goes. Then you get this, and see how it goes. It's gonna pull in as you close it. Look. See, it's aligned with the one in the bottom. So now you lock it in the bottom there, and that's it. And you're good to go. All right, so here it is, all put together now. I put this in, plug that right there where it goes. There's all kinds of routing, tubing routing that you see when you get it out. So you just have to put it back the way it was. This one plugs right in there. That's just problematic. I'll have to work on this one. It's just, but everything else is plugged. Plug the negative back there. Plug the positive back here. You have to put it back on and put that on. And she's ready to go. Now the next thing is, of course, pick up everything, fix that I'm gonna fix next, and give her a try. All right.